Hi, this is Steve King.
And I'm Johnnie Putman. This time on our video road test, we take a look at an all-new addition to the Ford Explorer line.
The 2013 Ford Explorer Sport.
The Sport designation of the Ford Explorer is much more than just a name. Along with the unique wheels, you get the blackened windows, roof rails, body fascia, grille, and under the hood, a whole lot more power.
Because under the hood, you have the Ford Taurus SHO's 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine. The Ford Explorer Sport is a 7-passenger vehicle. One of the nice amenities you get is the power liftgate. Now, as the power liftgate opens, you'll see that the third row of seats really is only for munchkins, and when it comes to storage capabilities, it's really a mixed bag.
That's true. You've got the well for storage, and then you have the second row of seats, which are 60/40 fold-down seats. Now, that's going to allow you to carry some big packages, but you can't fold those seats completely out of the way. And oddly enough, when it comes to access to the third row of seats, only the small side slides forward for access to the third row of seats.
From day one, we've been impressed with the interior of the Ford Explorer Sport. You were particularly impressed with it from the first time you got into it.
Now, I'll admit it doesn't scream sport, and yes, this is hard plastic, but from day one, I thought it doesn't look cheap. I like the faux brushed aluminum, and overall, I like the nice, clean, uncluttered look.
Since the Ford Explorer Sport is all-wheel drive, one of the many technological goodies it comes with is Ford's terrain management system.
With the flick of the wrist, you can deal with all kinds of road conditions, from sand to snow, gravel to grass, and you've got an easy readout right there on your dash.
As nice as the interior of the Ford Explorer Sport is, we got a few nits to pick. Among them, this darn hump in the floor. If you're a tall driver, as we are, and you put the seats back, that's a real obstruction and a real annoyance. And speaking of annoyances...
Oh yes, the Ford Touch system remains an annoyance. For example, you still have no knobs on the dash, so you are going to take your eyes off the road to access the radio, the heat, whatever. And you'll find that some buttons are not glove friendly.
Boy, the 365 horsepower this engine puts out really puts the Sport in this Sport utility.
This V6 engine does use regular gasoline, averaging 16 miles per gallon in the city, 22 on the highway. We got a combination of 19 or 20.
For highway driving, you're going to be very impressed with how this Ford Explorer handles. You're also going to be very impressed with how quiet it is. Very little wind or road noise.
And the ride is anything but truck-like. It is all car.
At close to $47,000 as it's equipped, our Ford Explorer is in some pretty rarefied territory.
But to get the performance capability of this Explorer, you really have to look toward something like the Porsche Cayenne.
For more on the Ford Explorer Sport, check out what our friends at Consumer Guide Automotive have to say at cgdailydrive.com.